There's a tab open on your laptop right now. It's been open for 9 days. Every time you walk past it, your stomach does this tiny clench, and you reach for your phone instead. You tell yourself you lack discipline. You assume you're lazy. That is the story you've been told your entire life. But researchers like Pychyl and Fuschia Sirois have spent years testing a different explanation. You don't delay the task because you have a broken work ethic. You delay it because you are trying to feel better. They found that procrastination is highly specific. It is the priority of short-term mood repair over long-term goals. You open up the distraction because the original task makes you feel bad, and your nervous system is simply pulling you away from the pain. To see how this looks physically, we can look at a 2018 study out of Bochum, Germany, where researchers ran 264 adults through MRI scanners to measure action control. Chronic procrastinators have a measurably larger amygdala, the brain's threat detection center, that fires when something feels scary. There's also a weaker connection between that alarm and the cortex responsible for calming you down. You have a louder alarm and a weaker mute button. This means your brain is doing exactly what it evolved to do. It successfully detects an unpleasant emotion and moves you away from the source. The system just cannot tell the difference between a physical predator and an intimidating spreadsheet. Back in the 1920s, a psychologist named Bluma Zygarnik noticed something strange about waiters in a Berlin cafe. They could remember complex unpaid orders perfectly, but the exact moment a bill was settled, the details vanished from their minds. The effect that carries her name shows that unfinished tasks actively drain our working memory. They sit there, lit up in the background of your mind, all day long. So when you step away from that stressful document to scroll on your phone, you aren't actually resting. You are engaging in task-flavored rest. You pay the emotional toll of carrying the anxiety, but you do none of the work required to close the loop. Then the deadline arrives. You miss it, or you deliver bad work. The natural reflex is to attack yourself, thinking the resulting shame will train you to do better next time. But years of data from researchers like Sirois and Kristen Neff show that people scoring low in self-compassion actually generate more stress for themselves. The harshness acts as a brake on your motivation. This visualizes the trap. Harsh criticism generates stress. That stress triggers the amygdala's threat alarm. The alarm demands immediate mood repair, which sends you looking for a distraction, ending in a fresh layer of shame. The way out of this trap requires you to stop trying to be a better soldier and start acting as a caretaker for the nervous system that has to do the work. First, when you feel the urge to avoid a task, stop and name the exact feeling. Stating out loud, "I feel exposed," or "I feel bored," uses your prefrontal cortex to process the broadcast from the amygdala. MRI work shows this literal act of labeling quiets the alarm signal. Next, look at how we typically use the 2-minute rule. Common productivity advice tells you to scale a habit down to 2 minutes to build momentum. This graph maps task duration against the amygdala's threat threshold to show why that actually works. 2 minutes is highly effective because it sneaks safely underneath the alarm's tripwire. You shrink the entry point, like just opening a document or putting on your running shoes, to bypass the threat detector entirely. Finally, in 2010, Michael Wohl and his team gave university students a simple exercise: forgive themselves for procrastinating on their last midterm. By the time the next midterm rolled around, the students who forgave themselves procrastinated significantly less. Less self-attack removed the emotional debt of past failures, acting as a brake pedal for the entire stress loop. A neuroscientist named Adrian Tarrin has even shown that just 8 weeks of regular mindfulness practice actively reduces the gray matter volume in the amygdala while strengthening prefrontal regulation. A lifelong habit of procrastination is just a description of your current brain wiring. Brains are clay. If you regulate the mood first, lower the threat level, and push a little softer on yourself, the action